What's up, Critterpit Nation?
Oh,
We're back.
Yeah, we're back.
We're so back.
OMG.
And white.
In the studio.
Back in black and white.
Yep. We only have 2 microphones.
Season 2.
But we have a mixer for 4. One day there'll be 4 microphones here.
Yeah.
And it'll be so...
How much is a microphone? I'll buy one.
Well, I think if we just get that Amazon one, because how much was that, Graham? You bought that one.
That was between like $20 and $30, I think.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
Okay,
And
I'll buy one.
It like $12.
Yeah, like $12.
It could have been like $12.
And I have a whole bunch of XLR cables, so we're fine for cables.
But yeah, season 2, baby.
Season 2, kicking it off
No
strong.
one thought we could have ever done this, but here we are.
We survived through the entire summer.
Oh, yeah, what a summer it was. Here we are. Graham was just saying something about smelling shoes.
Yep.
Yeah, so I had a whiff of Sam's got some shoes on the bed. I had a smell of them. Not too bad. He said they're new, but he has been running in them.
Yep.
No, I was gonna say I think I'm one of the only people who like does not find like shoe smell to be gross.
Do you
Like,
find it to be yummy?
I don't find it to be yummy, but like, it's like
Yeah, he does.
unless someone has like left their shoes in like a flooded basement and they're full of like mold, or like
Yeah.
if someone has like literally taken a shit in their shoes or
Mhm.
like has some like fungus that is like causing their shoes to smell like cheesy.
Yeah.
If they don't have any of that, it's just like sweat.
Mm. It's
There-
not so bad.
There's no like negative part of that smell to me. It's weird.
What about feet? What about straight up just feet? Good smell, bad
feet
smell?
Usually have like a bit of a.
They're
I'll
stronger.
smell Jake's foot right
Yeah.
now.
Live on air.
No, like that. That just
I
smelled
like
like
that.
shoe to me.
Just like shoe.
Yeah.
Jake's got clean feet. Any comment, Jake?
Feet go in shoes, so that makes sense to me.
I'm no longer
It all
like
makes sense.
completely nose blind to it. Like now, if like I smell my own feet,
Mm-hmm.
I could be like, oh, other people will think this stinks if I.
Okay.
If I like,
You
take
have
my
that
foot in
self-awareness.
But
If you notice your
doesn't
feet
stink to
are
me.
really stinky, do you wash them like explicitly, or would you just put them in shoes and not worry about it?
I would just put them in shoes.
Yeah. What's that Ethan did?
Oh, what?
That Critterpit LSD.
Critterpit acid.
Yeah. No, it's Critterpit sticker.
Critterpit sticker.
Oh,
How sick is that?
I was about to use it.
Give it to all your
That will be for the
friends.
after dark. We'll use them.
Put it on a whatever.
Yep.
Advert.
Spread the
I
word.
was gonna put
Yeah.
I'll put it on my computer actually.
Yeah,
'cause
I can
Graham's
give you
gonna
a
put it
bunch
on his
if you want.
computer.
Yeah.
Where'd you get that sticker maker, Ethan?
Amazon.
Amazon. How do you put the designs on? Is there like an app on your phone and you draw them?
I draw 'em.
That's cool.
Yeah, I was going to war with a
Upload
tweaker.
pictures to oh, you can.
Very
You
low
can upload
quality,
pictures.
but it's fun.
They're all great though.
This is like the beta, or is this the official?
No, this is something I just drew up real quick. You want one?
Yeah, I need to hook up.
You're just spam them. Just that button in the back.
Get all the stickers ready to go.
Yeah,
I
boy.
feel like Ethan's microphone is a bit. I feel like Ethan's
Yeah.
microphone's a bit quieter. Like this one, yeah. This one.
I didn't actually do really anything.
That one.
Dude, that is such
historically has
Critterpit
been quiet.
charm, bro.
I had to put it almost up to my lips to get a good.
And then you see that thing?
Oh, okay. I was about to do that.
There you go. Yeah,
Hello.
that's sick, ain't it?
Okay. Here, I'll give it back.
All right, sick.
So,
Some
yeah.
audio. This audio will probably be quite fucked up. but it'll be
Critterpit sticker
good.
on this.
Go for it.
Yeah.
It's a Critterpit microphone.
Yeah.
That is the first of one that we bought for. Well, Graham bought for the Critterpit, so it's perfect. Yep. Yep. It's going on.
Also, while we're doing that, I just have an idea. Maybe if every week Graham smells a new pair of shoes, or Graham's shoe corner or something.
You do not want to smell my
think that'd
shoes.
be
Those
wonderful.
are bad.
It would be very wonderful. We should actually get you to smell Ethan's shoes
Mine are
right
bad.
now.
I
Just
know
look
it
at
is.
We should talk about.
You should
We need
get
to
me to
talk
smell
about
those
Ethan's
shoes
shoes.
right
We need to talk about Ethan's shoes.
Okay.
This is actually an important subject.
One of my pairs of Crocs. One of my pairs of Crocs. I still haven't like cleaned them, but I think so. Like probably like a rabbit turd or something like got in there, and it
Ew.
was like under my sock. I washed the sock, but like I just like haven't worn the Crocs again. I
That
just
makes
put them in a
sense.
box. I need to clean them though.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Also, I don't think Crocs would be that hard to clean because it's all plastic.
Yeah,
Just like stick
no,
a
it's-
hose in,
Yeah.
and you'll be good.
Well, no, it was like I was walking around in them all day, and I didn't know there was like shit in between
In the
my
Crocs.
sock and the shoe.
That's really gross.
So it's like it. And it
That's
dried.
awesome.
It's been there for like a year probably.
Yeah,
That is gross.
that is awesome.
I'll bring them in. You guys can all smell
We
them.
can all
and-
smell them. Maybe for the season finale of season 2, we'll smell Graham's Crocs. But right now, before they go away, Ethan's got a very
Yeah.
historic pair of shoes that he wore, I think,
Bring 'em
all
out.
last year, all through the winter. I kind of want you to go grab them to better describe them.
And the craziest part too is I don't have a foot fetish.
Yeah. Well, that's what you say, but
That's what I say. But like, you know, I could.
you're
I
putting
could.
your face in feet already.
I'm not gonna say.
After he smells these shoes.
I'm not gonna say feet are like I'm turned off by feet.
Yeah.
But I'm not explicitly turned on by
Graham,
feet.
how many holes do you think there are in a pair of shoes? Just
How
like,
many holes in a
Yeah,
pair of shoes?
like it's just the one hole.
Oh, I see one right. I
Normally.
see an extra. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, these ones I understand because I've gone like
These are a pair of
straight
Vans.
through like right here.
Yeah, right in the middle.
I was walking around downtown and like just walking on the asphalt all day.
Yeah.
I had like a hole straight through as my socks directly touching the ground.
Oh no.
And it was causing holes to be made in my socks. But let's
Yeah.
have a whiff. Double? Okay.
Yeah. Double
like the
double
gas
whip,
mask.
One
Someone
for
hold
each
this.
nostril.
You know,
Here's
if the
the
church
big
can be
whip.
holy, why can't I? Right?
Aha, good joke.
Send it back to me. I'm going with the gas mask.
He's sniffing.
In my defense, I like to.
He's
Oh,
really
man.
sniffing. He's really, really sniffing.
Ew.
Okay, so
Ew. Maybe
everyone
we should
is
start doing
disgusted right
video versions of these.
it's just kind of like shoe smell. It has a bit
Okay.
of like mildew. I'd say
Yeah,
it's
that-
on the
those-
grosser end.
Those have been soaked through like completely
Yeah.
in multiple
I'm
occasions.
smelling the mildew, like almost a bit of swampy, like
Mm,
there's been some
Mm.
like rotting plant matter in there.
probably.
Go for another
Probably.
smell.
In my defense, I like to get my complete use out of a shoe.
Hold on. Hold on.
You think?
There's a bit of something else in there, and I don't. It's almost like a sweet smell. I can't put my finger on it. It's really subtle. Yeah.
Grab is
No, I'm
going
really trying
for
to. I'm
continuous
really trying to,
whiffs.
Let me get it on my palate.
Maybe if you sniff through the other hole.
No, I'm not getting anything from that. Through this hole?
Yeah.
That's actually not too bad because that's like fresh, fresh material right there. Yeah, that just smells like shoe.
Yummy.
That's
You-
kind of yummy. I'm getting the rubber too. That smells pretty
You're gonna
good.
develop a foot fetish, is my bet. is my yeah.
All right, pull out those
So-
grippers.
Out of 10, what are the shoes rankings?
I
I
in
mean,
terms of like
they're a
best
cool looking
smelling
shoe.
like a brand new shoe would be a 1. Let's say.
Mhm.
10 would be like I'm actually repulsed. by
Yeah.
it. I would say. Actually, flip that around. 10 is good. 1 is bad. I'll say it's like a 4. They're on the
Okay.
stinky end.
Yeah.
These ones. Let me have another whiff of these.
I'm getting shoe shamed.
Those
right
are
now.
maybe like an 8.5, maybe a 9 even. Those are nice.
I'm getting
Compared to
shoe
these
shamed.
smell brand new. Like before, when I was smelling these, I could smell the sweat in them, but I can't anymore. I've gotten no
Glad.
line.
I'm glad.
Yeah. Where did you pull these out? Is that blood?
No. Yeah, that was when we did
Oh,
scenic
okay.
painting. Adds to it, I think.
Where did you pull these out of? Did you just have these on you?
This is shoes.
what I've
You were wearing them.
Yeah, I've been wearing those.
You're still wearing them?
Yeah.
No way.
I don't know.
That should be the new Critterpit logo.
Yeah, it's
It's
just
not
his
that
shoes.
wild.
We can have the critters crawling out of the holes.
That'd be sick.
Oh,
we should
yeah.
get Connor to make that.
Okay, because I did rate it so low for a pair of shoes, I am kind of grossed out that I'm touching the inside. And
Yeah.
it's moist in there.
Yeah. there-
Put your nose in the inside.
That's
You
okay.
were- your mouth was
The
in there,
nose
man.
knows. Oh, I just
Mm.
realized I can't even hear you guys.
No. We've got just 2 microphones, as we previously
You know-
said, but there will be more.
They're my shoes, and I like them.
You're proud of them?
No, but
No.
I like them.
I don't dislike them.
They're shoes. You can walk in them.
My feet get pretty wet when it rains pretty
Mhm.
quickly, but
Are you gonna try and keep them into the winter?
no, they're on the way out. Pretty
Okay.
soon here.
Okay, that's good because I think you'd get serious frostbite.
Yeah, I don't know. You know?
I know.
Yeah.
That does remind me of That reminds me of the set I was on with Levi. By the way, I've been talking to
Levi.
Levi. I've been telling him about the pit. I was like, "You need to get."
Levi's
on.
got to
We
get
need
on the
him
pit. I'd love to
you know?
have Levi on.
But I was, yeah, that set, they were like, oh, it's gonna be pretty cold. So I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I better make sure to bring my like actual winter boots. And like, I think I was a bit late. No, I wasn't even late. I decided to go early, but I didn't have a ride, so I was like, I gotta walk across town. I overestimated how long it would take, and because I was like rushing to get out because I thought I was going to be late.
Yeah.
I just put on my like Croc boots,
Oh no,
and those like
those don't provide any real.
they're fine if you're not gonna be walking in snow.
Yeah.
They're actually pretty warm, but they have holes on the top of them that
Yes.
just is directly in contact with the liner. So
It gets
if any
super cold.
as soon as snow gets in there, it like goes under and then curls under your foot, and your foot will kind of melt the snow and turn it into ice. So your toes are just basically directly touching ice
Nice.
as you're walking.
I've been there.
And it was a long shoot. We went, I think, way over time. We were out.
Outside the whole time.
Yeah, we had a bit of a break, and it was there was getting to a point where like we had a fire going. I was just like keeping my toes like almost in the fire, and there was
Burning
also
the
a couple
Crocs.
times. Yeah, no, they weren't burning. They were so cold.
Oh, yeah.
like, and then I did go into Levi's car a couple times and get my sweaty feet all over his dash
Nice.
to warm up.
I'm sure you
It's pretty
appreciate
sick. I
This
approve.
was last year, Graham.
This was last year.
it. Last year.
Yeah.
Yes. Hopefully there'll be
Exciting.
more sets like that later.
Very exciting.
But just barely.
Yeah, just barely.
You have to scream.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
we shouldn't,
yeah,
we
yeah,
shouldn't
yeah.
scream because
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
other
yeah,
people that
yeah.
live here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shriek.
Mm-hmm.
We can settle for a shriek.
I mean, they did steal my spot in residence, so
Yeah,
they
where are
can
you
deal
living
with
now?
it.
You're off campus?
I am off.
What's the
I'm
address?
Off campus. Yeah, no, when did I apply? I applied like pretty late for residence, but like still like months earlier. I think like July 1st or 3rd.
That's
when I
pretty late.
applied. That's pretty late.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but no, I was going down steady. Sam, I kind of gave the idea to Sam. I was like, "What if we make?" Or did you give me the idea? I don't remember.
I noticed I had an empty room.
Yeah, you had an empty.
I had an
room.
empty room, so I said that Graham should try and get into it.
like go in a
So,
circle and
yeah.
tangle these wires.
Yeah.
Um,
We've done okay
but
so
yeah,
far.
so we decided we would make a group because you
Yeah.
can group people together. Apparently that
didn't-
worked for someone.
Okay. Not
It-
for you,
It
though.
just didn't work for me. They didn't want me in.
We did it really late, though.
That's true.
Yeah.
There was only like 3 weeks before
Yeah.
class. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We could
Anyway,
have torn down this wall.
yeah, it was like a week before
Yeah.
class. I was like just searching everywhere for a room, and like a lot of them would be open. Actually, so I like emailed a ton of them, and they just
Mhm.
never got back to me. A few of them were nice, and they were like, "Oh, sorry, like we gave this to someone like 2 months ago."
Yeah.
But
You got to
a
take
lot of
down
them
the
just
ad.
wouldn't get back to me, and then some of them like I was in contact with, and this was like 3 days before I was set to like come to Red Deer.
Yeah.
And I'd be in contact with them, and like as I'm talking, they're like, "Oh, can you come see it today?" And I'm like, "I'm not there today. I'm
Yeah.
coming in a couple days."
You live in
And they're
Saskatchewan.
like, I want someone to move in before that. And I'd be
Mm.
like, "Is there any way I can do a video call?" And like it was always the video call question, and then they
Yeah.
would go, "Oh, sorry, someone just took the place,
That
already
stinks.
finalized it." And then
They fucked you.
yeah, I did luckily find a place.
A cardboard box right
No.
downtown. Great
No.
location.
You're the one who bought Jake's old house.
Yeah, Jake's old house. No, it's not. It's yeah, no, it is his. No.
That'd be sick. You're living in the screening room.
No,
I've-
I'm like right across the highway, I guess. That's
Okay, you're
beside
right
campus.
near the school. I've
I'm
heard you've
4 houses down. Yeah,
yeah, I've heard you've been having a real fun time with your new roommate.
my new roommate.
Your new roommate. What's been going on?
Like the landlord?
Oh, you
have a roommate? landlady?
I thought that she lived there with you. I
Yeah.
thought you were in a room. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in a room, and the landlady, Rita,
Yeah.
I think her name is. Yeah, she's very
Oh,
nice.
you don't even know her name.
Get her on
Get
the
her
pod.
pod.
Does she like movies?
Maybe. I was snooping around.
Yeah.
I
Good
saw
start.
I saw they had a Wii, so I was like, "What kind of games do they have?"
Yeah.
They have like
There's a whole
they
family
have
that's
like,
living
no,
there.
They have like maybe 6 games for their Wii. Most of them are just like fitness games.
Mm.
They don't have like a Wii Fit though, so it's all like third party fitness
Yeah.
games.
Yeah, when you say they, how many people are there with you?
There
17.
there's my landlady Rita.
Rita?
I don't know the guy's name, but there's like a middle-aged guy that is in like finance. And
Okay.
He's in the basement with me. I've only heard him. I haven't seen him.
What do you hear him doing?
That's terrifying.
No, so the
Just breathing
fridge
heavily?
is like right beside my room.
Mm.
Like that's where the laundry room is. So I hear him like go in there and do his laundry and like go in the fridge. I'm like, I'm not gonna go outside and like I have no reason to go outside my room.
Yeah.
Everything's in my room.
Yeah.
I think my
Get him on the pod.
I think my landlady's a bit disappointed that I've been spending like almost all my time in my room. So I was gonna come out and socialize, but I do come out and socialize with the cat, Karen. Its name is.
It's a good cat name.
Yeah.
So you live with 2 people.
Nope, more. There's I don't know his name, but he's from Nigeria,
Mm.
and he's going to RDP for computer science.
Oh, if it was nursing, that would have been a crazy coincidence.
It wouldn't have been.
I know.
Everyone's at
I know a
nursing.
Nigerian guy who's in nursing.
Oh. Yeah, I
Right?
don't remember his
That would have
name.
been great. That would have been awesome.
Also, Rita's son was staying for a bit. And then I caught like a bit of their conversation. I was eavesdropping for like a couple minutes. I came out of my room and I could hear them like in this like heated discussion
Yeah.
upstairs. So I'm like listening up the stairs, and then she's like, "Men have like power and they need to be aware of it." And then he's like, "No, but that's not the problem. There's men who have no power and they need power."
It's awesome. They're discussing the
That's like
patriarchy.
all the context I got.
How many floors do you have? Is it one?
Two. So there's like one. There's the basement.
Yeah.
And it's like a half basement, and then there's a bit of like a platform for the front
Mhm.
door, and then that goes to the garage as well.
Yeah.
And then it goes up to like
Split
the main
level.
floor. So,
Yeah. Okay, cool. Nice.
yeah. Here, I'll hand this back to.
To Ethan.
It's great to know your living
Safe.
arrangements. Graham.
Yeah. I hope
you're
you
safe
get to
up
know
there?
your roommates.
Oh, I think so.
Okay.
You're safe.
If you ever have any trouble with Rita or the other 2, let us know.
You
Call
call.
us
You
up.
call the critters.
We'll have some words with them.
She did say that she was like, oh, if you're like leaving or during the night, if you could like lock your door and put the little piece of wood in there so it doesn't slide open,
Hmm.
because like I hear it's like pretty dangerous around here, and I'm like, no
In
way.
Westlake.
There's lots of break-ins to be.
I mean, it is close to West Park, but
Yeah. But yeah,
Not
to
too bad.
lock your door,
not
like
too bad.
double lock. That's pretty crazy.
Not the worst
Are you-
place in town.
Are
Definitely
He
not.
is like North Battleford is insane. The crime
Yeah.
there.
We gotta get you out of there. We gotta get you.
We
out.
did get him out of there. He's out.
My plan is that I'm out. Like this summer, I'm gonna ask my
Never
friends
going
if I can
back.
move in with them in Calgary, because like I do
Mm.
not want to go back to North Battle.
Yeah, we gotta keep you out of there.
Yeah.
We can't lose you over there.
I'm glad that you survived this summer.
Come live at your house. Where?
Graham's gonna move in with Jake
Give me the
in Red Deer.
address.
Live on air.
I was about to. I did not think that through.
I know it.
We would have edited it out.
R.I.P.
All right. You're editing. Yeah.
He was.
Everybody.
He was.
Big party at Jake's.
Are you allowed guests at your place, Graham?
No.
Nah,
No.
that is fair.
I am gonna ask if I can have like one person at a time over, because I think the main reason she said that is she doesn't want me to have like 5 people over and
Yeah.
we're drinking and making noise.
No.
But if I could have like Emily over,
Hmm.
one of you guys maybe. Just Emily, yeah. That's probably better.
Yeah, we don't really want to go.
That's a good delivery, and they didn't even hear it.
We got to get just like room mics, just
Yeah.
like all
We could get a
around.
boom guy.
I know. I was thinking about buying one. I went to Long and McQuaid to buy a cord just to see if
Yeah.
it would help with the other mic, and they had a whole bunch of lavs. They were only like $25.
I have a lav off Amazon. I've never tested it, but
Yeah, I didn't want to. I didn't think this was the time to
yeah.
test everything.
No, it's first step to season
It'll
2.
work.
The ambient laptop mic.
Yeah,
Mm.
exactly. Get everything going.
Don't you have a mic?
I do my
Yeah.
Blue Yeti, my Blue Yeti.
But it's
There's
USB.
no USBs on that mixer,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
I'll look into buying one tonight.
I don't.
yeah. Maybe I'll send you a link for.
How
one
many
that would
do we
work.
need? 2 more? Are those ins and outs,
2
or
more.
are they all ins?
They're all ins.
We need at least one more just to make
Yeah,
this.
at least one more would make it work perfectly.
Because like more than 4 people is going to be a very
Yeah.
rarity.
Yeah, 4 is definitely the max, I think.
Yeah. Except if it's solo.
Solo, or if we reach another movie that's like Solo that we just don't want to really talk about. I'm sure we
More
will.
Critter
Yeah.
news. We have business cards on the way.
Yeah.
Critterpit business
And we're going to
cards.
be handing those out at the Calgary International Film
Yeah.
Festival.
The
Yeah.
Critterpit is hidden.
100%.
Yeah.
That's sick.
The Critterpit's
Critter-
hidden Calgary.
Yeah. We're hitting the International Film Festival.
So come
None of our films are screening this
No,
year,
but
but you know,
next year.
networking
We're gonna
next
be
year
doing
for sure.
interviews.
Yeah.
We're gonna be doing meetups.
International Film Festival?
Yep.
Yeah.
When's that?
2 weeks.
22nd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we need to like
Yeah.
buy tickets now for it, or
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
you need to?
Well, we got them now.
I might come along. I might tag
That'd be
along.
sick.
I have a car now. I am scared of driving on the
We
highways.
just need
It's
to.
scary.
I'm sure.
No,
Cole
we
would
have
be-
a schedule of all the movies we're going to see. So yeah, if you check the availability on the tickets, yeah, for sure.
Mhm.
Okay. Aren't they like $100 or more or something?
100
Under 200, I think. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for the 12 pack.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
Well,
not coming. That's too expensive.
It's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna be sick though.
I feel like that's more than a regular movie. Like 200 for 12
Mhm.
movies.
It's
But
it's gonna be a very fun experience. We're seeing
Yeah.
some Herzog,
Wim Wenders,
Wenders, Coretta.
a few Alberta
Yeah.
films.
Mads Mikkelsen. What's his name?
He's in
Yeah,
one
Mads
of them, yeah.
Mikkelsen. He's in.
Elise
Yeah,
made one of them.
yeah. Critter, friend of the pit.
Yeah, yeah. One of
Worked
the
on the
critters.
48-hour movie.
Yeah.
Hasn't been on the pod, but
No, I'm sure.
I'm sure one day.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Soon.
guest.
Special guest.
guest,
Maybe
but,
they'll be in
um,
Calgary. I should ask them
yeah.
if they're going.
We're hitting SIF.
Yeah,
We have the business
hitting it
cards.
big time.
It's a weird little design I made. It's very fun. Oh no,
Is it just like Critter Pit, or is it for like each of you?
it's just Critterpit.
It's just Critter Pit.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a very silly design I made, but I think you might like it, Graham.
You should give me one.
I'll
Like
give you- of
I'll
course,
frame it and
of
put it up on my
course.
wall. Like get a
Um,
big frame, a big clear frame that shows the wall behind it, and then just have like the floating card in the middle of the frame.
Yeah, it'll be sick. We were talking about recreating the American Psycho scene with it.
Oh hell yeah,
it'd
that'd
be
be
fun.
good. You could upload that.
Yeah, I hope you guys like the design. Is all I'll say.
Okay, I do have something to say. This is off topic from the film festival. Okay. You guys were slandering me on the RoboCop episode that you filmed a
Oh,
couple weeks
shit.
ago. Yeah,
I filmed the RoboCop episode a couple weeks ago.
you did. You
Peek
did.
behind the curtain.
You did.
We filmed the RoboCop episode in what, like March, or like?
I think I gave a comment because you guys were like,
Yeah.
I'll admit I did have a really poor argument while I was on the pit, but I didn't have enough time to think it through.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. No. What? Here,
It was
I'll
probably
grab my
like
comment because my
The
I
fifth
worded
or
my
sixth
comment
episode
better.
we'd recorded. Honestly, there's so much lore that hadn't been established yet, and so many things that we didn't know what we were doing. We didn't know.
It's a whole different time, and I don't
Here,
even
I'll-
remember the
this is something-
specifics
I'm just gonna pull up
of
the comment.
arguments, but I know
It's season 2, baby.
Keegan thinks the takes you had is very stupid.
No, you guys didn't explain it well enough to him.
He thought the takes you had was very dumb.
I think that he had listened to the pit though, and he had
Yeah.
the context.
He's
Yeah.
listened to every single one.
Yeah, he's our
Yeah.
number one fan. We got to get Keegan back on.
We do. Maybe for high and low, because isn't that communism?
This is high and low.
Oh, what I said.
Alphaville,
Alphaville. Next.
probably. Godard's got some
One. Yeah.
good
We could have
ties.
him back on.
I'd love
while-
to.
while we can.
Yeah, it'd be great. Gonna watch the entire RoboCop
Yeah.
ep.
Commentary.
Yeah,
I need to go through and watch it. I haven't heard these takes yet.
the RoboCop
It
ep is a
was-
good one.
It was something about rich people committing crime or something.
Poor people committing crime.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'll read out my comment. It
Yeah.
said, I might have to become the number 2 hater of Critter Pit if you ever bash me like that again. And then I clarify my stance. I do agree with Keegan that poverty does breed crime.
Yeah.
I do agree with that stance.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
That was the
Jake is
primary
surprised right now.
primary stance.
Um, Wait. I do feel like it's a narrow way to see like crime though. Like to say that like that
All
is,
crime is
yeah.
poverty driven.
I mean, you could say it is the number one.
I don't want to
cause of
speak for
crime,
Keegan, but me and him have discussed this behind the scenes, and he said something to the lines of anecdotal. You know, it doesn't really make much of a difference in the larger argument.
he's wrong.
Okay. Oh shit.
We should save this talk because I'm guessing, Graham, you're going to want to come on for Alphaville, a French movie.
Yeah.
So if we can get Keegan on, we'll have this debate in real life. You know, we'll do hands off. It'll
Well,
be
here I have a thing
Bizarro
about,
Critterpit.
like- so like
Very tentatively, maybe.
we can get into the argument.
Don't want to
of,
get too heated.
Solo, like bring back up Solo, where like if you're in a position where you can have this excess,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people are just going to abuse that excess.
Okay.
So I think on the opposite end, where poverty breeds crime,
Yeah, I mean, it depends what kind of crime we're talking about. I think,
richness breeds crime.
but if we're talking about in terms of like in the context of RoboCop, the kind of crime that he's
Yeah.
primarily dealing with is that it is on the street, on the poverty bred type of crime.
But arguably,
I mean,
we
the
say
whole
that
movie is
rich
about the other
people-
way.
Rich people crime, exploiting these
Yeah.
tax loopholes and everything,
I would agree.
is what causes this minor crime.
I would
So,
agree. I
ultimately-
there is certainly a case to be made. I think that we're going to have to further this discussion on when Keegan's back on, and we're going to have a big debate. Ethan and I can moderate. It'll be great.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I'll float it to Keegan. We'll see.
No, it's already locked in. We've already
Locked
said
in?
it, so it's locked in. Keegan has to
I
now.
might have to pay Keegan. We'll see.
We can give him like, I don't know, $10.
$10. We'll see.
How much
we
should
still
we pay
need to
for the
have
intro?
The Keegan and Keegan debate.
Oh yeah, the two
What happened to
Keegans.
that?
Yeah, the two
I don't know.
Keegans.
I haven't talked to Keegan in a while. My Keegan.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure he would be down for it, but we should like pick a topic in advance because
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that. We'll just throw him in.
Both named Keegan.
Yeah, it'll be great.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little easier for us to do those kind of debates with online now that we have the Discord set up.
oh
So
yeah,
we can,
Discord's lovely.
yeah, we can record it all pretty easily. Should be okay.
And aren't we getting David on at some point
Yeah, David's coming on pretty soon for M.
next week?
Well, we're gonna record him soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we're doing that online.
It's episode 30. Yeah, that'll be
He's not
online.
coming in.
Sorry,
He's not coming in.
he's not coming in
Flying
from
in.
Edmonton. No,
I thought he was in Calgary.
no, he's an Edmonton boy. Or he
He
goes to
always
the
are.
University of Alberta, so I assume.
Yeah.
We'd all love to meet David. None of us have met David. Yeah,
I
we
want to
don't
come
know.
on that episode of M because like I for one want to watch M really bad.
Yeah,
Like
we'll call you.
In the
Yeah.
Hall of the Mountain King by Edward Grieg,
Mm.
whatever his name is. The whistle.
In the Hall of Mountain King, trolls will sing, trolls will sing. We'll save it, save it, save it, save it. What are you doing? Cut that out. Cut that out. Cut that out. Whoever's gonna edit. Yeah. Thanks a lot.
Wait, within the Hall of the Mountain King?
Yeah, the Nutcracker. They're gonna go right for you. Yeah.
Exclusively for the throat.
Yeah, I think the Nutcracker's from the 1800s.
Fuck 'em, though.
But Disney
honestly.
just remade it, so they're going for it. Yeah,
We are anti-Disney on
We
this
are-
pod.
we are anti-Disney, but we're
Mhm.
pro-corporation.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Love.
Love,
Speaking
love,
of
love.
shoes and sniffing shoes, high and low.
High and low.
There's,
It's a lot of shoes.
That's a film about shoes at the end of the day.
Anybody want to give a little quick plot synopsis?
I mean, okay,
Who wants to do it? Yeah, Graham.
yeah, it's been a while.
Did
I
you
also
watch it in Japanese?
I did watch it with the Japanese dub. I did watch it with English subtitles
Okay.
because my idea was I was gonna watch it fully Japanese right before coming on, so that I would have a better understanding of the plot, but still try to be learning my Japanese.
Yeah.
So the plot is that there is a shoe company. They make women's shoes, and it's a long-running company, from what I gather. And
National Shoes.
National Shoes, really terrible company name.
Reminds me of Nightcrawler video production news. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Very generic names.
And so they're having a bit of a company meeting, and they decide that they're like collectively they decide, except for our main character, they decide they're gonna start making cheap shoes because they can save money.
Yeah. Profit at the end of the day.
Yeah,
for
use
everything.
cardboard instead of cork or
Yeah,
whatever. I
and
don't
if
know.
they make cheaper shoes, people have to buy them more often.
Yeah,
So, you know,
exactly.
it's a perfect plan. Perfect
It's a
plan.
win-win.
Except for Mr. Gordo? Gondo.
Gondo.
Yeah.
Gordo. Gordito.
Yeah. No, Mr. Gondo doesn't go with that plan.
Yeah.
Our boy?
So yeah, that I did
Our
notice
boy,
that.
Toshiro Mifune. Critterpit's most
We love Toshiro.
Yeah, we
viewed
do.
actor so far. Yeah. It's incredible. 3 Samurais films, and then 7 Samurai. Yeah, 5 movies so far. What was that? What was that?
Doing a bit of ASMR for the people listening. You guys can't hear it though.
Okay.
So yeah, everyone else at the company, they decide they're gonna vote him out of the company. And then he goes back to his house and he's like, "They don't know I own most of the company. I've been borrowing tons of money."
Or you will.
He's about to.
Yeah.
Well, I think he
He's about to.
like owns more of it than they realize. Like they think he probably owns like 16%.
owns, like, yeah.
He's buying 27.
Yeah, he's buying more off other people.
Yeah.
So he has all this money that he's about to take the company. you
Yeah,
know,
so
do
he's
it his
been
way,
borrowing
make
money.
Good shoes.
Which probably a bad idea. I wouldn't do that if I were him. And his
No.
motives are just he wants to make better shoes.
Yeah.
His motive for that is that he wants to stay at the company. He doesn't want to get
Yeah.
kicked out by the other people. If he buys more shares, they won't be able to vote him out. So he gambles everything.
They aren't
on-
trying to kick him out at first. They want him on their side
yeah.
to take out the old man, the number one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's definitely going next.
Because he's too much of a hardliner for the good shoe.
But like
Therefore, bad
his ideals for wanting to stay in the company is that he thinks people deserve these well-made shoes, and
Yeah, he's a craftsman, you know. He
Yeah.
cares about the craft of shoemaking.
which like
I
screw
wonder,
him.
what do you think he'd think of my shoes? Do you think he'd be
I think he would be surprised they
Disgusted.
lasted as long as they
he'd be
did.
impressed?
He would be like, "You should have gotten better shoes. There are better shoes."
He took me up.
He'd hook you up for sure. He would fix them. He would
No,
take
he'd
out his
tear 'em
toolkit.
apart.
He'd
He'd
take out his
take 'em and tear 'em
toolkit, tear them apart, and then fix them.
I
Fix them
love
up
that
for
scene
you.
where he just tears the shoes apart. That's
Yeah.
very funny. But what happens to Gondo?
So yeah, he's doing good. He's on top of the world.
He's got $50 million.
He's got
Not
his
dollars,
kid is playing with his driver's son. They're playing like cops and robbers,
Cowboy
Cowboys
and
and-
sheriff.
cowboy and sheriff. I was about to say something else. Yeah,
It's a
and
good
they're
joke that people
playing.
didn't hear.
He's got a beautiful wife. Everything is going perfect, and then only his son comes home, and
Yep.
they're wondering where his driver's son went.
No, no.
Did we mess it up?
Neither son comes home.
Oh, neither one.
They get a
comes home.
call,
Yeah, that's what it is. Sorry.
and Mr. Gondo picks up the phone.
cut it out. Cut it
Yeah,
out.
cut that out. And the kidnapper says, "Yo, I got your son. I need 3 million or 30 million yen
And
to
isn't that like exactly
take back
how
your
much
son."
money he took out?
No, he took out 50 million, so he had
Oh.
more than that.
So he was fine the whole time.
30 million was enough to ruin him. He wouldn't be able to pay what he had.
He had literally like taken out loans for like everything, like
Yeah.
against his house, every piece of furniture he owned, like everything was on the line.
Yeah. So
Whoa, Proverbs. Yeah,
So yeah, he's freaking out obviously because
obviously.
his son. He obviously cares about his son more than his business.
Yeah. And his first reaction is, "I'm going to pay whatever it takes. I'll be okay." Yeah.
And then his son comes back.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Hell no, I'm not paying for my driver's son."
Yeah.
Roll credits.
Yeah. And that's high and low.
And yeah, it's good. A little sudden, quick ending, but it's
But
good.
I
It's
like that it
real.
was so short.
Is real, you know.
Yeah.
That's how it would go,
Yeah.
you know. But
that's not how it went.
No, we live in the different multiverse.
Yeah.
Would you guys have paid That's the question of the
Well,
hour.
we should set up the
For my driver's son,
yeah, the driver.
I literally have a check for $50 million in my hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, exact same
So
situation.
the moral
You
quandary
have to pay,
is
right? Like, you can't
save
not.
the kid.
Yeah.
It's his livelihood or the kid, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's a pretty interesting moral setup,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because he'll lose everything he's built for 20 years, right?
And like his
Like, just
wife,
like that,
like just
right?
everything, right?
Mhm.
He has
But
family to take care
It
of.
is a kid's life, which kind of trumps.
Yeah,
everything.
exactly. I think
but
it
then,
trumps
But then
everything.
it's also like, what if they're bluffing, right? You can kind of convince yourself they're bluffing. They're not actually going to hurt the kid.
He
So
does
it's
try
like,
and convince himself
Exactly.
that the kidnapper won't kill the kid.
There was one thing, because the police get involved, and the police start staying in his house, and they've like tapped the
Wiretapped the
phones,
phone.
yeah. But then the police say something where they're like, if you pay him, we can get you your money back. We can only get you a certain amount now, but we'll eventually. Do police actually do that? Like, if you are forced to pay a ransom, would the police reimburse you for that?
I think they said that they like the normal amount was like 300,000, right, or whatever. So I think maybe that the police could have maybe put up, but
No, I'm
I
pretty
don't
sure
think it
they
was-
said something about like they can eventually get all of his money back, but
they
it's
said they
like-
were going to try and get his money
it's
back.
before
that
the
was like their
deadline
job.
anyway. Like they're not going to get it to him before he loses everything.
They had systems in place to try to get it back.
Yeah.
But
But do police do that?
No, I can't imagine that police
No,
actually would be like, yeah, you should pay the ransom for
because then
this.
could
Because that
get
sets a
scammed
bad
that could
precedent,
get
right?
scammed very easily.
And honestly, I think they made it clear that they would try to get the money back, but it's not like a guarantee
Pretty
kind of thing,
unlikely.
right?
Yeah, definitely.
yeah.
They did.
Mhm.
Spoiler.
Yeah. So yeah, the first 50 minutes of the film kind
Oh,
of
except for like 1,000 or 20,000.
Yeah.
They didn't get back.
the first 50 minutes of the film just take place in this living
The one room.
right? Just him deciding, do I save this kid's life or do I save my life? Pretty
Yeah.
much. And I think that's the best part of the movie. It's riveting.
Mhm.
It's interesting.
Toshiro.
He kills it, you know. of
Perfect
course,
performance.
Right?
He's such a different character than the
He's always
um,
bringing it. It's so cool. to
samurai
see all his,
characters
like,
we've seen him.
trying to rationalize it, right? Trying to
Mhm.
justify it, right?
Yeah.
Kind of just facing everything in his life.
I will say like the first half of the movie is like I love the first half because they
Yeah.
make such good use of the house where it's almost
Oh, yeah.
entirely in
and,
the one
and,
room.
and the way it's shot too, just Kurosawa's classic like fluid camera moving around and
Well,
the blocking.
yeah, the
it's
blocking is
insane.
incredible. He creates such like powerful tableaus with
Yeah,
using
the-
foreground, midground,
Yeah, exactly.
background.
That's
Like
what I was gonna say.
it's
Like,
just incredible.
Yeah, because there's like 7 characters,
Yeah, or more even.
and
but-
they'll just have like each one of them just chilling on different
Yeah.
planes, and it creates such cool compositions.
Mhm.
And then when the blinds get open and all of the backgrounds open, it's
Yeah.
really beautiful compositions.
Yeah.
and the strongest parts of the film for sure.
This is why I wish I had watched it like right before coming on because I remember there was certain shots I wanted to talk about so badly and I don't remember them.
Well,
There was one like right near the start too with like all the businessmen in there and I was like, this is a nice
like
shot.
jackals.
Yeah,
I hate them.
I loved how like the camera almost like snaked around the room
Yeah,
as the scene goes
it was
on.
a
I thought,
a
yeah.
character in itself, you
Yeah.
know.
It was. And I mean, it constantly broke the 180-degree rule, but just like through moving the camera, like it just made so much sense. And you got such a good, like, you understood the space. You knew where the windows
It's,
were. Like, it was done really well.
Kurosawa was a director who has been criticized by like Japanese film critics for being too Western. And I think you especially see it in a film like this when compared to something
Hitchcock.
Yeah,
right?
and compared to like something like Ozu, you know, how much he moves the camera there
Mhm.
compared to this.
Well, Ozu keeps the camera still, right?
Yeah,
Like,
always.
Ozu's
Basically,
has powerful tableaus as well. Like, he's got some
they're
very,
both very solid. You know,
Yeah.
both.
but very, very different filmmakers for
Mhm.
sure.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Can't wait till we get to Good Morning. That's going to be
Good
a fun
Morning.
ep.
I'm very excited to rewatch.
I love that movie.
I need to see Good Morning. I've been meaning to watch that for so long.
It's the
It's
most
so
wholesome
good.
movie I've
It is
ever
so
seen.
wholesome.
Um,
It's so cute.
But yeah, he decides in the end though that he'll save the kid. He'll do the right thing, right?
Yeah.
He saves the kid, and there's this great sequence where they're on the train and doing the swap. It's awesome, man.
That sequence is incredible. The camera
Yeah.
movement in that,
It's
where
like
it's
a
so
shaky cam following.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
something you wouldn't expect to see. What is this? 50s, 60s?
Yeah, it's very early for the
63.
camera to move like
yeah,
that.
like, and it makes sense. Such a tight like environment, right?
Mhm.
So how else would you do it at that time? But
Well, you
it-
build half the set, right? Like
yeah, but
I
see,
think
like,
that they did the whole
movement.
train. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was
it's-
incredible.
It's really cool. And
I loved the train. Yeah,
Loves
I will.
trains.
I will say, like, I think the second half of the movie is like a lot weaker.
Yeah,
when it starts,
I
like,
agree.
you've got just too many sets
As-
and stuff.
as right after the train sequence, I think
Yeah.
the film drops off.
The
quite a bit
train was
for me.
super good.
I find the first like hour 10 just riveting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just with the character dynamic
Yeah.
of Gondu and the chauffeur.
Gondu.
You know, he was great. No,
And even the wife, like
yeah. And the
giving
two
that-
detectives are super
yeah,
fun. They have a
Boston
great
and
little
the inspector.
dynamic.
Yeah.
Boston is just the most cop to ever do it.
Yeah.
I
I love,
him.
and they comment on that. They're like, you look like a
Yeah,
cop.
if
You
wanted
can't
to
do
not look
anything.
like a cop, you'd have to get plastic surgery.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
That's a great
And I
line.
love the run he does every time they're like, "Oh, he's calling." He sprints upstairs.
Yeah.
Oh, it reminds me of Mac's walk from It's Always Sunny. It's very funny.
Yeah.
Um,
Great characters.
yeah, and they're very fun. But the second they get out of the whole, just
Kidnapping.
yeah,
I was
find
I
film
I
drops
liked the scene where the driver and his son, when they were like kind of
Yeah.
retracing the steps, I found that to be quite tense. That's where it picked up for me again.
Yeah, I like the whole dynamic between the chauffeur and how he I guess treats his son after he's been recovered.
He feels
yeah.
like
Well,
really guilty.
Yeah, the guilt that he feels.
because you know, he lost all his money, Gondo, and he gets kicked out of the company, gets
Yeah.
forced out, and
Yeah.
Like last name, or well, no, his last
He's
name was
Mr.
Gondo.
Gondo.
Isn't it
Yeah.
like King Gondo?
Kingo?
Well, it
I don't
would
know.
It would be King.
I don't know if they
regardless.
said
Yeah, I think his
the
name is
first
like,
name.
his name is like legitimately King.
That's
He's
good.
a king.
it is based off something I think called the King's Ransom or something. So
That makes sense.
yeah,
I mean, the whole
It's-
structure of it, like
Kingo.
we haven't talked about who the kidnapper was or
Yeah,
why it's
we're
called
kinda
High and
going
Low.
through the plot here.
Yeah.
Like a lot of Kurosawa's, this whole film is like about that class divide, really.
Yeah.
And just the
high versus the
consequences.
low.
And that's a great little just title for this movie.
Mhm.
Just the heavens, right? The
Yeah.
home, this beautiful modernist home.
Yeah, Gondo lives on this huge hill
Yeah.
that looks over this whole
And then below
kind of the
it's not-
slums.
Yeah, it's slummy.
Yeah,
And it feels very industrial, right?
but it's not like it's the slums, but it's not like the worst of the worst.
Yeah, it
like
does-
we
it didn't
see
feel
much
too bad.
worse areas.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They even comment on that at the end.
Who's the director that did the Indiana Jones movie? So that's Steven
Yeah.
Spielberg. Okay. I think Kurosawa must have been a fan of Steven Spielberg because he had the Schindler's List moment
Oh, the pink smoke
with
That
the
shit's
pink
so
smoke.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting there.
We're getting there. We're getting
So
there.
yeah,
Yeah.
the whole middle of the movie I find to be the weakest because it goes hard on the procedure.
I didn't mind the procedure. I kind of liked like all the police like talking
I
about
found it pretty uninteresting, but that's just a me personally thing, I guess. I
it.
checked
It
out
worked
hard.
for me. It was like not the best part of
Yeah.
the movie.
It definitely worked for me, but yeah, it did drag at some points. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was still.
I never felt disengaged. Right.
It definitely doesn't ruin the movie or anything for me. It's still like an 8 out of 10, great movie, but I
Yeah.
just think it's a significant lull,
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think I'm the
It slows
same.
down.
especially compared to the first and end of it. You know, start and end. It's so strong.
Oh, I
that-
think also just because like the stakes they go down so much.
Stakes.
You know, like at the beginning you're like it's a child's life, and then by the end it's like
A man's livelihood.
a man's livelihood, but he'll probably be okay, honestly, right? Like he's
And I do find how he's like martyred by the newspaper. That's a pretty interesting part of the film that I wish they, you know.
they have the one scene where the
yeah.
all the newspaper people come to the police station and they're all like, "We're gonna make Gondo look like a hero,"
Yeah.
you know,
And they do.
and they do, and it works.
And yeah, there's definitely some commentary there on how cases are treated by the media, like rich versus poor.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're a rich, you're gonna have a good time in the media.
Yeah. Well, and also even in that scene, like the purpose of the police visit was
Okay.
was so that the media could report that one of the like $1,000 bills had been spent,
Yeah.
and only one of the newspapers reported that. All the rest were just focused on the Mr. Gondo being a hero, right? Like,
I find the movie picks up more when it gets to like the case becomes like a murder, double murder kind of thing.
mhm.
That's when it certainly picks up. It's the two the people who does the drops, right?
Yeah,
The junkies.
yeah. There's 2 heroin addicts
And
that.
they deduce that this isn't a normal overdose, right? They know their
Mhm.
shit. It's like super pure heroin that
Yeah.
they've been
Given.
given to to
Yeah,
murder
they
them.
explained that normally heroin at that time was like 30% pure,
Yeah.
but they were
Code
given
blue
90%,
and stuff.
90%
Yeah.
pure, and it caused them to
Okay.
overdose.
I'll say I like really didn't like that part of the movie. Like to me, at that point when they have the double murder, it's like this guy has the perfect crime.
Mhm.
He might even get away with it. And then they're like, let's just have him like start killing people. Like
Well, he
he's
didn't.
just-
I don't think he necessarily meant to kill them. At that, well, I guess maybe he did. No, that doesn't matter. It came undone already.
He did kill them in a very smart way. I
Yeah,
thought.
because he knew that they
kinda
were
fit
already
with his-
addicts.
Why is he killing
Yeah.
people?
No loose ends.
Yeah, loose ends.
Kidnap them.
He
Why
wanted.
did he have people helping him anyway?
Well,
They're
so that
fucking
he didn't get
junkies,
caught.
man.
Yeah, they're junkies.
junkie-
to
they
him,
cannot
it's
be
like nothing.
trusted.
We literally
Yeah.
see him later in the movie
Yeah.
kill another one. Like it's nothing.
And where the movie really picks up is when the police force starts using the story in like a very interesting way.
Yeah, there's like
Right.
20 minutes with no dialogue, right? Like
Oh
it's
yeah. When they
incredible.
when they team up with the newspaper to like set out a little bit of the story,
Mhm.
right? To lure them in, they don't put the murders
was
of
cool.
the junkies out.
Yeah.
I found that interesting.
I like
and
that.
then the kind of the flip of it where they let this guy go on doing his thing just to like really convict him. I
Mhm.
thought that was a very interesting twist in the film.
It
Like,
raises more
almost-
moral
almost
questions
like their
too, right?
complicity, right?
Yeah.
Because they got that lady murdered at the end, pretty much.
Yeah.
You know.
They knew,
I think
like
they
they
might
say
have
before it
gotten-
happens.
I think they might have gotten Akira Kurosawa might have gotten some inspiration from Grand Theft Auto 5 because they have that
Mm.
plot where the guy that got shot and they're pretending to be him. They're trying to get Trevor to turn himself in.
Of course, I think big inspiration.
Kurosawa was a big gamer.
Yeah,
That's what I've heard. He's
Yeah.
a big into the gaming world.
I think he actually took a lot of inspiration from the Batman 2022, Paul Dano. I think there's a lot
Okay.
of inspiration from that.
I see a lot of parallels between those two
I
villainous
thought he
characters.
got a lot of
High and
inspiration
low.
probably from like Matto too, with the glasses, with the reflections.
Mhm. I love
Definitely.
those glasses.
Dude.
Those look so
See, that's
cool.
where the film gets so good when they're casing that guy just
Yeah.
for like the last half hour.
Yeah.
And he's just going around these slums with these glasses. It's so unnerving, man.
Yeah.
It's so creepy. And the
We should
soundtrack,
say, because at this point we know who the kidnapper is. He's like this
Yeah.
nurse.
it's revealed to
or an
them
intern.
partially through the pink smoke and
Yeah.
partially through the drawing the kid does.
Yeah,
The pink smoke's so cool though.
yeah, the one part of color.
Yeah, because he burns
Oh, yeah,
the
and he has a scar
briefcases
on his
because they
hand.
put the story out that what the briefcases are. He gets paranoid. He
Yeah.
burns them, and the pink smoke with this dash of color.
Yeah.
It's always so cool and effective.
And the kid notices it.
Yeah,
great.
it's great.
Yeah,
And then they know who the killer is, but they're like, we can't let this scumbag only get 15 years.
Yeah, 'cause
Shredder.
that's what they
we want him
talk
to get
about.
the death sentence. They're going
which is
for
pretty
blood.
crazy. Yeah,
Explain why the 15 years. The whole extortion thing.
Yeah.
It's extortion, right? That's the correct
Mhm.
term. It's only kidnapping with extortion in the story. I guess only occurs if it's somebody related to the person you're trying to extort.
just so weird.
Yeah, that's weird. I was like, I don't know
Quite
if that's
archaic.
exactly how that really would have worked, but yeah, I guess because it's his chauffeur's son, not related to Gondo.
Mhm.
It's technically not kidnapping with extortion, so you can only get a maximum of 15 years.
Yeah, but the detectives are like, no, we want blood for this guy.
Yeah,
Like, we want him dead. We want him executed.
he will hang.
So, and I thought that was interesting how, like, since Gondo had been, like, martyred so hard, right?
Mhm.
That they're like, the only acceptable punishment is death.
Yeah,
He
at
needs
that
to
point.
die for this.
Yeah, and I did talk about this in my review on Letterboxd where like I was saying like I don't think that in Japan at around this time period that they had been, reading a lot of Batman comics because just like he didn't really he did some bad stuff. He deserved some prison time, but like to kill him?
Yeah,
Really?
I thought the film was kind of taking a pretty negative stance against the police
Yeah.
there.
And I definitely think the ending is probably like the weakest point of the movie, in my
Disagree.
opinion. Yeah.
Disagree.
What?
Yeah, I love the ending.
I just heard you say agree, and then I heard you say disagree. So I was
the
excited
ending,
for
I
a
think,
second.
is incredible.
Yeah.
Because you
No, I
have
quite
just
like the
this
ending.
great half-hour sequence of trailing this guy through, like, that's an American club, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The last 5 minutes.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah,
great.
the last 5 minutes. Well, because the whole time you're wondering, like, well, what could his motive be? You know, I mean,
He was
you
just
kind of get it,
he
but
just needed someone,
yeah,
an outlet.
an outlet to vent his frustrations.
To me,
the
like,
proletariat, man.
The last 5 minutes, though, it's like you have this guy who's like incredibly smart and you almost wish like he wasn't so terrified or something, or like if he fully doubled down on being like, please, I don't want to die or something. But then they're like, this guy is the ultimate bad, and Kingo Gondo is the ultimate good.
But I don't think he is the ultimate bad. He's just
He's
just
just a very troubled guy.
yeah.
And
he's upset with his system, but he takes the wrong approach, for the outlet. And then the police
And
in this also take
he
a
does seem-
very intense
I
approach.
kind of saw him as like a consequence of this system of separating people into classes, right? You have Gondo, then
On
you
the
have
hill.
him, and then you have below him like the junkies, the prostitutes,
Yeah.
And it becomes this pecking order almost. Because you see in that last bit when he's going down that extreme slum with all the people like zombies,
All the
pretty
junkies.
much.
Yeah, that's what I was
And
thinking.
he's just grabbed one and then tests out on them because he thinks the two junkies are still alive.
Yeah.
So he's testing on this random junkie.
Who's
see-
going through some extreme withdrawal.
yeah, to see if
One
do the
thing-
job right. in his
One thing
mind.
that's kind of crazy is, do you guys know what like drugs, like the laws on drugs are like in Japan? Have you heard anything
No.
about that? They're like insanely strict. I don't know why I was looking this up because I don't have any
I
plans
know
to
in
go
the
in
Philippines is pretty
Oh,
strict
the
right now.
Philippines.
They're like death sentence for drugs, right?
Japan. Well, so I was curious what like weed would cost in Japan because I think like I no, not like yeah. Like here, I think like the street price was around like $10 a gram before it was legalized, like right before. Maybe some people would be like try to scam you and be like $20 a gram or something, but I think it was around $10 a gram was the kind of average. Yeah. So I was like, I was
Really?
curious what the price of weed is like in Japan. I got onto this like Yahoo page and it's like something like $85 a gram or something.
In
on
the
average.
60s?
No, like now.
Damn.
It's because of how dangerous it is to distribute. I guess.
Yeah. So
Crazy
in
world we live
Japan,
in.
just
Kurosawa
just
predicted
being in
this.
possession of weed, if you're a foreigner, banned from the country for life. If you are from Japan, like they might even like give you a prison sentence in Japan before sending you home once you've finished your sentence.
Well, you could even in the States for a long time. If you had weed as a foreigner,
Yeah.
you could get banned for life. Like not even from that long ago. Like
But I think even in
I don't-
Japan, even if
yeah.
you're a foreigner, they might keep you for a couple
Yeah.
like a bunch of years before they send you back.
yeah, which is
Um,
crazy.
The craziest part too was like it was on like Yahoo Answers or something with the thing I looked up for the price,
Of course.
and like
The best source.
half of the people on there were like, I'm going to Japan later this month. I need to get my weed fixed. They're like, I'm coming for a weekend. I need weed.
You're putting
Yeah.
that online.
That was insane to me. Like so many people were just saying like they need to get weed in
Yeah.
Japan, and like it wouldn't even be
These are
good
the
quality.
Same people who say weed is not addictive. Yeah.
I don't know. I smoked weed in Mexico, and oh my god, I was terrified. I was
It's
terrified.
same there. Pretty strict.
I think it's pretty strict. I don't know if it would be the exact same as Japan. I think Japan would be a lot higher up there.
I think it's
Yeah.
probably a bit like Infinity Pool. Like if you're at the resort,
Yeah.
you're smoking weed, they don't care. But if
Yeah.
you're in a slum or
Yeah.
whatever, like they're looking for a reason to arrest you. Like,
Absolutely, yeah.
that kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, Red Deer's safe.
yeah, definitely not.
You can possess any drugs you want in Red Deer. Nobody will care. That's what we love about it here.
Except my. You bringing what? What are we bringing?
Nothing. Okay, I'll bring my crocodile.
Crocodile. All right.
Let's go.
Synthetic opioid.
Critterpit, drugs.
That's the After Dark.
Yeah. Yeah.
After Dark on opioids.
Let's do it.
No. Yeah.
So yeah.
Why not?
Are you guys up for the opium
Good movie.
den that we're-
Opium Den? That's the closet
The opium pit.
in the school.
The opium pit.
Yeah.
I feel like you could probably get expelled for
brand-
saying
the
that.
branding synergy.
That's an everyday carry.
Yeah.
EDC.
I got some poppy seeds. They are back home, but I might be able to. I got some poppy seeds. They're back home. Might be able
I
to
am
get them
low.
by October.
Say it's a joke.
I also got
Jokes.
some ricin
Jokes.
seeds.
Okay, let me see.
Some
Jokes.
ricin.
Just gotta
Jokes.
say we are joking.
Jokes.
That was a joke.
Joke.
Not joking. This is
Humor
100%.
hour. Humor hour on the Critter Pit. We like the humor hour.
This is
here.
100% serious.
Graham's
We
not
are-
joking, but the rest of us here in the Critter Pit are all completely.
No.
This is all satire. It's not
No,
real.
it's
Nothing's
not.
real.
We are all.
We don't speak for
in
Graham.
on
We
it.
speak for ourselves. Graham is an independent.
We've
agent.
actually been synthesizing
Everything that Graham says does not reflect
methamphetamine
the Critter Pit Corporation or any
in
of its
Sam's
stance.
bedroom.
That's
on
just
the
for the
campus.
record. Cut the mic. Cut the mic. Cut the mic. Ethan, cut the mic.
Critter Pit.
All right, we got the mic away from
is
Graham.
not
We'll be okay.
Associated with Criterion
Critter-
or anything. We are
Nope.
nothing.
We're nothing.
We're clearing all our
Or
legal troubles right
Red Deer
now.
Polytechnic. In
At
no way
all.
associated
At all. Nothing.
with Red Deer
We're only
Polytechnic.
associated with Ethan and Sam. That's it.
That's it. Any of the views that our guests hold are completely their own. We don't claim any kind of
we are just
responsibility
here
for
to talk
them.
about high and low. I liked it.
Yeah, I liked it as well.
There's a really creepy plucking soundtrack when he's creeping around the slums. That was Ghent. It's
Yes,
great.
I like that as well.
His reflection is great.
In the final scene when they're talking to each other.
That final scene that Graham hates
Yeah.
is great.
Great reflection between the two.
Fuck it.
Maybe they're not the same.
Sam does have roommates.
Yep. Yep.
What did I say?
Ethan's looking through his notes.
Pennywise. So
He tries to kill himself. You remember that? When he gets caught, he tries to down some cyanide pill.
Oh.
You gotta wrestle that.
Yeah, I thought he was just trying to down his heroin.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Corrected.
So yeah, in the last scene, Gondo is confronting him.
Well, no, I mean, technically, I think he's confronting Gondo.
Yeah, he was requested, and
Yeah.
they're having a talk, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Both did a high and low drawing.
It's all Yojimbo.
Yeah.
Did we do Yojimbo for the pit yet?
No.
No, okay, just watched it for fun.
I still need to watch. You guys did Seven Samurai, right?
Yeah, we did Seven Samurai.
Yeah.
That's the only other.
Weren't you there for that
I
one?
was not there.
Oh.
That was
Oh,
before
second
you
ep.
guys had me on the pod.
Oh, right, because that was our second episode.
Second
Yeah, we
half,
weren't sure what we were
so
doing yet.
long ago. But yeah, the final scene's great, right? They're
Yeah.
talking to each other, and he's saying he's not scared, the killer, right?
Mhm.
He-
But he's shaking.
he's shaking. and
his
he says,
boots.
"Oh, it's just because I've been in
Solitary.
yeah, solitary." But no, he's terrified. He like starts rattling the
Yep.
cage. Guards come to pull him away, and this metal divider comes down.
Yep.
And we're just left with Gondo looking at himself in the reflection, and I think that's just such a great way
Very
to bookend
powerful.
it, right?
And that's the
Just
end.
Reflecting on all that's happened and just his place in this.
It's his
this
fault.
world.
It's all Gondo's
Maybe.
fault. Even
He-
though
he-
through the whole thing, he's like, he's a good man. He's a good man. He treats
Yeah.
his workers well. But he's still, just by virtue of being that of the high class.
Right. It's
You
just
know, you make
it's
enemies.
just this divide, right? It's gonna have
Mhm.
consequences, right?
Yep.
Unseen consequences. Just him living in his house on the
Absolutely.
hill created a mortal enemy. You know.
Yep.
It's
A mortal enemy that he didn't even know existed and
In
probably
Seven-
never would have thought about.
in Seven Samurai. It was like these class divides. Like we can never share in a victory together, right?
Mhm.
We'll always be separated. You know. We'll always be suffering under this system as long as it exists. And in this, it's feels pretty much the same. Right?
Yep.
Just yeah.
Yeah, which is good that
High
Kurosawa became rich. He's part of the high.
And low.
Yep. High and low.
want to stay high.
And also, what did they do when they were trying to look for the boy? They searched high and low.
Ooh.
There you go. Double entendre.
And when they're in the living room, they got low because they
To-
opened the blinds.
Yeah.
And they didn't want the guy to see the police.
Exactly.
High and low.
High and low.
in the
And
composition.
Ethan's shoes have had some highs and some lows.
Mostly lows.
Mostly lows. And they're high up, and we are low in the studio.
It's true. We're on the second, or we're on the main
We're
floor
on
now.
different levels.
Our Last year we were on the second floor. Now we're on the main floor.
We're
Now we're low.
Everything is synergizing.
Everything is
Oh, you-
synergy.
I'm pretty low on energy.
Okay.
Wait, is
Yeah, it's working.
no, it's working.
Yeah, it's working.
This one's quieter than that one though. Now
It might be a little quieter.
I'm talking right up close to it.
No,
No,
it's
it's
about-
fine.
it's about the same.
fine because my lips are practically touching it.
That's what it needs to be pretty close.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
No, I'm in. Me and Sam. We're both in philosophy.
Yeah.
We gotta watch so much stuff. Like
And
it's gonna be
read some
tough
stuff.
to watch some Critterpit with all these philosophy. Like we gotta watch the entirety of The Good Place.
Yeah.
We gotta watch like a bunch of Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
You
Some
don't know what The Good
movies.
Place is? Ethan does not know The Good Place.
Ethan can't
Get
be
him.
in our philosophy course. Get him.
Fuck 'em.
Ethan's out. It'll be easy, I think, to still do it. It's one movie a week, or two, or three.
That's a lot. That's a lot more than a lot of people I know.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's a Good Place a week.
Yeah, no, he said it was like 4 episodes of The Good
That's
Place a week. It's not so bad.
Well, we're gonna be doing 2 Critterpits a week, so
Yep, 2 a week.
we gotta
Forever.
We gotta finish the whole collection.
We gotta
before
finish
this
these
year.
movies because they're releasing like 3 a month.
The
Like they
fuck
need to slow down. What's happening?
Right.
What are they
I
doing?
need to stop.
Is it all new releases, or are some of them just like bumping Blueys to 4Ks?
Some
No,
of
it's-
them are like that.
But it's.
Videodrome
I think they do
recently got
like
4K.
3 or 4 new releases.
The trial. The trial looks so fun.
Yeah, they
Cool.
just released Moon Age Daydream. I got the poster right here.
Mhm.
Yeah, by Orson
By
Welles.
Orson Welles, starring Anthony Perkins.
Yeah.
You want Metamorphosis? I gotta just get it from Keegan.
That can be what the fight is.
He's rereading it.
Keegan's reading it.
Rereading it.
We'll have to talk about it when he's on the
no,
pit.
that's a library book.
So I might have to buy the trial. Might have to
Just
buy
get a
it.
library card. It's free.
No. I want to buy.
It's a great.
I like
Kafka-
buying my own
Kafka's
stuff.
good. Little difficult sometimes his style because it's a lot of just meandering
Were
and
you guys-
suffering.
Were you guys the ones saying like he didn't
Alienation.
even want to release his work?
Yeah,
he thought it was bad.
He released a few of his stories during his lifetime, but upon his death, he told his buddy Max Brod, like, burn everything, burn it all.
Yeah.
And Max Brod's credit, he said he's not going to do that. He's going to release it, and he did. And
That really reminds me of famous YouTube web series, not Raka Raka. What was it Marble Hornets? You guys heard of that? That's like the original Slender Man.
they died.
No, it starts with this guy's talking about he used to be in film school and his friend would like just have thousands of these tapes from, or like maybe hundreds, I don't know. But he had like a ton of these tapes from what he was working on because this was back when you needed like tape to
Yeah.
record. And he just had like hundreds of them in garbage bags. And he heard that like he was gonna destroy them, so he's like, "Oh, hey, like I'll take them. I might edit them into a movie. It'd be a shame to have all these go to waste."
Well, when we die, we're deleting every Critterpit episode. So
Oh, damn.
everyone will be gone, except for the physical hard copies.
Oh yeah.
So yeah,
Too. All
Yeah.
of them gone.
everything I've ever. I want
The
no
death
trace
of Connor
me.
James McDougal. No.
And the death of Connor James McDougal too.
Wow, we'll see if that ever gets made.
It'll get made. It'll be ready.
That
When
better
I
get-
die, every single piece of art ever made will be erased.
Every single piece.
From my perspective,
folks.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right, Suicide Pact.
Suicide Pact? Shit.
That's how we're gonna end the
Critter
episode.
folks.
No.
if I don't get laid within a month,
Within a month. We got some work to do.
Today is the
12th.
September.
12th of October.
all right, guys.
If you don't hear from Jake again, you know why.
Jake just put a call out to the nation. All right, guys.
If there are any ladies listening.
Leave that up to your interpretation.
Yeah.
I'm just a line cook. I don't stand for any of this.
Editor's note for Sam.
I will not edit anything.
I can
His phone number up on
and his address. I know
And
it.
address.
I can say it right now if you want.
Yeah.
Not an
Just for
address.
one frame. One frame. One frame.
Addresses.
Yes, he does.
Jake made me
Um,
wear a dress. Would have made me wear a dress.
That's true.
Yeah.
Sometimes I see that image and I'm confused.
What was happening?
Yeah, that's a weird time.
That
I
was a
see
weird
that
time.
image of Jake in a diaper.
In
and
a
I'm like,
diaper.
Oh, we don't think about it.
That's on film.
Oh, speaking of
I showed that
Jake
to
in a
someone
diaper.
and I was just
Jake, I saw baby
shocked.
Jake because he followed me back on Instagram, and I saw that his first picture on his Instagram was little baby Jake.
Aw.
And then
baby
someone
Jake.
commented, "You're so hot."
Oh.
Who was that?
I don't know, it was a girl.
Oh.
And it was like from when you posted it, like it was like almost like 300 weeks ago.
The suicide
Yeah.
is called off?
Like
maybe?
finally reply after all these years.
Say hop on the pod.
Yeah,
Hop on
the first one. Go in comments.
Yeah.
You're hot.
Dude, who is that?
Who is it? Who is it? Call him out.
40
Kindry and Arwen.
Oh. No comment.
40 followers on that account.
No
Jake
comment.
looks surprised. Hit him up. There's 2 of them. Threesome. There's some secret conversation happening.
Really?
Did you get the same?
Why?
You got the same. Oh, never mind.
Oh.
Oh.
What's happening?
Oh.
We're gonna have
After
to have
dark.
after
After
dark
dark.
to talk about what's going on there.
Yeah.
But
But the
Before
high
we-
and low Criterion release is beautiful.
Definitely buy
So
it.
nice, man.
Yeah.
So nice. It has
I
the
would watch
radio
it.
signals with
Go for
the
it.
media printed out. What's Graham
Yeah.
doing?
he's looking through my notes. I think I only have my one.
Oh, he's
notebook
going
in
through
there.
your stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, movie recommendation
Jakey wants
from
to
Jake.
recommend. It's gonna be a rival.
Yeah, no one can understand. No, that's not it. Okay? I have a major alert for everybody who needs to watch a good movie. Major good movie alert. Arrival
I knew it. I knew it.
Arrival?
Who called it?
is my new favorite movie.
Yeah?
By far. Denis. Yeah,
It is
Denis
muy bien.
is such a master. That movie
Denis-
is incredible. The use
Denis
of
the
time,
best.
just so existential. I watched that and I was just like, that night I was like, my life has
Just the
changed. My life has
sickest,
not changed, but I thought it was.
Sound design, sickest visuals.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my god, the music,
Performances are great, and just a great narrative. You know,
the use of
I
just
see.
like
I
tension.
see you watching that.
Hawkeye's
why,
cameo is pretty awesome. I love Hawkeye
Yeah.
in that movie.
I see why
He actually
people
did very
didn't compare Denis to Nolan after watching that, because
Yeah.
that's
So I'd say if you need to watch Arrival if
it's
you
better
haven't.
than most
Yeah.
Nolan stuff, in my opinion.
Honestly,
than Inception.
arguably the best like modern sci-fi movie, in my opinion.
Yeah,
In my
honestly,
opinion. Modern.
Dude clearly hasn't seen Star Wars 9.
dude has
Come on.
not seen The Mandalorian season 3.
Yeah. Hasn't finished Solo.
You should tell
'cause
that
he thought he was
story.
You're not going to tell that story? That's a
very
great
funny
story. Next
We
up,
have
you're
some
on.
stories we do need to tell, but that
Oh fuck, cliffhanger. Yeah.
Cliffhanger.
we still need to tell your girl story.
Cliffhanger. We're going to
Oh.
write it. All right.
You get
Is that
Grab just throwing
Good place
water
to end.
bottles at himself.
I tried to flip it up like this, and it I lost.
Here, let's get some ASMR. Doing that.
Oh my god!